It was 11 days before Christmas in 2000. Jacquelyn Markham, called Jackie by her friends and family, was excited to make a trip to Tampa. She would be celebrating Christmas and her grandson's birthdays, something she had been looking forward to for weeks. But on the day she was supposed to leave, her family got a call that she was gone. Next to Detective Mark Murdoch's desk at the Nassau County Sheriff's Office sits 3 boxes. They're full of pictures and interviews, but no answers about what happened to 51-year-old Jacquelyn Markham on that cold December day in 2000. When Nassau County deputies arrived at Jackie Markham's home, it seemed everything was in place. No signs of a struggle, no blood. Her car was still in the garage. She had last been seen at Eckerd's Pharmacy at the Winn-Dixie Shopping Center in Callahan the night before. Her bag from the drugstore was still on the front seat of the car.
It's literally like she just got up and walked away or was taken away.
Investigators leaned towards the latter. Jackie Markham lived a normal, stable life, loved her children and grandchildren deeply, and was known as a reliable worker at her job at Cheetah Transportation. So when her daughter Melissa and son-in-law Todd Myrick got a call from Jackie's work that she didn't show up and no one could reach her, they knew something was wrong. All 3 of Jackie's children immediately went back to Callahan. After meeting with deputies at her home, they began driving around, looking for any signs of her.
Doing things that no family should ever have to do. Looking in dumpsters, looking in garbage bags on the side of the road. I don't think we slept at all that first night.
But nothing was found until about a month later, when Jackie's purse was found along the side of Evergreen Avenue in Jacksonville, just blocks away from where a man named Ross Lane Emerson was staying. Emerson was immediately a suspect. He was charged in the death of 2 other people in Florida and suspected in the death of a 3rd person in Georgia. Detective Murdoch says that investigators questioned Emerson on several occasions, and though he would talk about other killings, he consistently denied having anything to do with Jackie's disappearance. Emerson eventually took his own life in prison in 2001. Though Emerson made for an interesting suspect, Detective Murdoch doesn't believe it was him. He firmly believes she knew her attacker.
She went either willingly with someone or she went with somebody she knew. She wasn't taken, I don't believe, by somebody that she did not know, not without putting up a fight.
Another person detectives looked at was a man named Archie Carroll.
You have Archie Carroll was considered a suspect just because he's the boyfriend. He wanted more, but Jackie didn't.
Carroll was the person that first reported Jackie as missing. He told investigators Jackie called him to say a man named Richard had shown up at her house drunk. Here's what Carroll had to say to our crew just 5 days after Jackie went missing.
I think this is someone that liked her and wanted her company, and maybe by the fact she left with him, it was kind of a come-on cue or something, and maybe he tried something and it went negative and it went sour, it went violent. That's really my gut feeling on it.
We did reach out to Archie Carroll for this story. He left me a voicemail saying he spoke to a lawyer years ago who told him to no longer comment. But he did go on to talk briefly about the night that Jackie went missing.
I'm sorry, I have nothing to tell you. I went to see her and help her. She sounded like she was in trouble. I got there, she was gone. End of story. I've never seen or heard from her again. I want it solved like everybody else. God, I do. Didn't ever want to know I had nothing to do with it.
Archie Carroll has never been charged in Jackie's disappearance and maintains his innocence. Though Jackie is still listed as a missing persons case, her family believes she was murdered. And on top of their grief of losing her, Myrick says her family doesn't even have her body to bury, nowhere they can go to even honor her life.
We can't put flowers on anything. We can't go sit and remember her in any place that we feel like there's a connection to.
But detectives at the Nassau County Sheriff's Office are not giving up. They want to bring Jackie's children answers about what happened to their loving mother that night. And they know that that answer is out there.
Somebody out there knows. Somebody has knowledge. Somebody knows.
If you know anything about the disappearance of Jackie Markham, please call the Nassau County Sheriff's Office with your information. Katie Jeffries with photographer Jeff Renfro for First Coast News on your side.